Here we go.
Yes, people, what's going on? How is everybody doing today? We're back again with another video on Vibes. No, not Vibes from the Six today. This is the Arsenal panel show. I'm mixing up the shows. I'm sorry. But let's get the show started. Today, we got an elite panel for you guys. We're going to be talking about David Raya. We're going to be talking about Balogun. We're going to be talking about our predictions for next season. Now that the season's getting closer, maybe even getting to our best lineups. But first, we got to talk about the Community Shield. And let's bring my guy, Gunnar Souls, in the house. Of course, you heard enough about him talking about it. But we also got we got more in the panel. We got Sam back in the building. Sam, how you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm chilling. We got Kieran in the house, and he's going to be doing a video at 9 o'clock on his channel. So please do check it out after the video. Kieran, how you doing?
All good, brother. All good. Good to see all of you guys again.
Good. We got Gully in the house, and he has one of the hottest takes I've heard in a while. So we're going to get into that first. How you doing, Gully?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks.
And a debutant making his first ever debut on the show. I know he has his own YouTube channel too. Santi, you guys probably see him all over Twitter. There's actually a face to the man with the Gabriel Jesus logo. What are you saying, Santi? You're on mute.
You're on mute, man.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here. Thanks for having me.
No worries, bro. No worries. You'll get used to it very soon. Let's get into it. First, we got to start with the hot take, and I want to know if you guys all agree with him. So, Gully, I'm gonna give you the floor. You take it away. We gotta let him land. So take it away. What did you say about the Community Shield yesterday? Because I went onto his thing, and what did you compare the Community Shield to?
I said it's more or less the same as the Carabao Cup.
It's not far off, to be fair.
I mean, it is.
Wait, that's a hot take.
No. Further explain it. You basically were saying it's not a friendly. And what is it?
I don't think it's a friendly. I think it's a trophy. People were making it seem like it's literally just a friendly that any team could play for, but that's not the case.
Oh, the internet does not like him today.
Is it me?
Yeah.
I might have to back out if it's me. I'll back out in a minute, but let me just say this for a sec.
Go ahead.
My whole point is the fact that everybody just said it was a friendly and nothing more. You cannot play for a trophy like that and call it a friendly. You had the best 11 for both teams, more or less. Kevin De Bruyne wasn't obviously in the first 11 for Man City because of his injury. But if he was fit enough, I know for a fact he would have started. If you're playing both of your strongest 11s, you're going to play for a big trophy at the end of the day. Granted, it might not be as big as the other trophies, the FA Cup, the Premier League, Champions League, wherever it might be. But at the end of the day, it still counts as one of those big trophies. Because when you look at the Spanish League, the Bundesliga, wherever it might be, those Super Cuppers always count towards the end of the season trophies. That's how Barcelona won the 6th Topo. That's how Bayern Munich did it as well.
Okay, what was the thing we were arguing about yesterday? Was it comparing it to the Super Cup?
I think you compared it to the Super Cup, and I thought it was more than that.
So you're saying it's more valuable than the Super Cup? Okay, I want to know. Am I crazy, guys, or do you guys agree with him?
I don't think... You know what it is? It's the fact that the Community Shield, in comparison to the Carabao Cup, if you look at the run that United had to the Carabao Cup, they had teams like Charlton, Burnley. Honestly. It wasn't like they didn't play anyone of note, whereas this is the best team in the world at the moment, and we beat them. So I don't really see the difference, really, in terms of how you get there. If you're okay with a run with a bunch of championship teams in Burnley, fair enough. That's your prerogative. But we beat the best team in the world, and we did it quite well as well.
So we are all everyone is agreeing with him that the Community Shield and the Carabao Cup are very close. I'm shocked. Yeah. People are actually agreeing with you.
It's not a hot take then, I guess, Egal.
I thought it was a hot take.
No. But you know what it is, though? You've got to look at how Pep Guardiola celebrated the goal as well. He celebrated it like he wanted to win it. He did not come into that game with that lineup, right, saying, yeah, guys, just give it your best. No, he came into it. Don't forget, first 20 minutes, my man got the Barcelona tactic book out and goes, don't let them have the ball. The man was playing to win. He was submitting us into boredom to let him score. Bro, you cannot be telling me you're pulling out all these tactics, Rodri pulling shirts, trying to get he could have got a red card if it was Arsenal, really. But and like all of these tactics are coming out, to not take it seriously. Come on, man. If it was any other team, if he played his under 21s, if he was playing like Cole Palmer to begin with, if he was playing, all these other up and coming players, I get it. I understand it. It's a friendly, it's a light work. But no, he had Haaland on the pitch, he had Alvarez on the pitch, he had Grealish on the pitch, he had Ruben Diaz on the pitch, he had John Stones on the pitch, he had, Akanji on the pitch. What are we saying here? Are these man's second string players or something? We're talking their strongest 11, barring Ake because he was injured, Kevin De Bruyne because he's coming back from an injury, and Edison because he never plays the cups anyway. So what are we saying here? I don't understand. This is not a friendly. You don't celebrate like you scored a winner for a final like Pep did if you didn't want to win it.
It's a charity match. What are you saying, Santi, before we go to Sam?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people trying to, downplay it, saying it's a charity match, the money goes to charity, this and that. I really don't care, in my opinion. The City team I saw yesterday, they came to win. They came to win, and they really wanted it. The way they were competing from the first minute to the last minute, you could see the morale and the hunger, how they were going at it.
1 second. Someone said you look like Caicedo in the Arsenal kit.
Now,
he said it's a sign. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, at some point yesterday, I actually started, thinking, is this a community shield or a Champions League knockout stage game? Because the level at which both teams were going at each other yesterday was it was so competitive. So I don't get the reason why people are trying to play it down. How the City players celebrated their goal and what's that? Okay,
no,
yeah.
don't worry,
So
just keep doing it.
okay. How Pep celebrated the goal, and had it been we lost that game, the narrative will be different. And I don't get. People will probably think it's because Arsenal won the Community Shield this time around, but I've always thought about it. The Spanish Super Cup seems to be a major trophy in Spain, same in Italy, same in France, and everywhere. I don't get why people get to downplay the Community Shield in England. And for me, it's more about it's more than the trophy for me, because this is a team that took away everything we played for last season. This is a team we lost 7 games to back-to-back. So I think winning that game yesterday will do the team a lot of confidence, and going into the new season. We played them in 8 weeks, so I expect them to go into that game with a different mentality. So yeah.
Sam, what are you saying? Do you think this is a glorified friendly, or do you think this was a very big mental advantage to Arsenal now?
Oh, 100% a massive mentality advantage. I mean, as it's been said, we haven't beaten City in how many games? And for us to come into that game and get the result that we did, because if we had lost, the narrative would have been different. Everyone would have been saying, oh, it's City, this is normal for City. And then if it was us, everyone hates us. Let's not get it twisted. Everyone hates the fact that Arsenal have history. We have a legacy. We're known to win trophies. So they hate the fact that we're winning more than them. The fact that even Spurs fans had the audacity to speak and say, oh no, the Community Shield should be played by the teams that have won the trophy. You're upset because you're not there. It's okay. Just say that. However, I think going into the season, this game was really big for the team, because it means that we have the capability to beat a City team. Because the last time we played City, that was a shambles. That was men against boys. This time, it was closer, a lot closer than it has been before. And I think they can take that on, because the next time we play City is going to have to be the strongest versus the strongest. Not even like missing players. It's going to be 11 versus 11. So hopefully we're going to actually get a result against City, either away or home. So we'll see.
Last thing I want to say, right, is normally, right, when Man City score, regardless of whether we're in the lead or not, we capitulate. The minute they score, there seems to be this mental barrier with Arsenal and Man City that as soon as they score, it's not going to be 1. It goes to 2, 3, 4. This time it went to 1 and we took over the game. And that, to me, is I get it. I know people are going to say Man City came back and they started dropping back and allowed us into the game. But for us to be even able to get into those positions and start creating chances after conceding against the Man City is the most impressive thing I've seen in this team. And it shows real growth. It shows real. And for Arteta to go, do you know what? We're 1-0 down. We're going 3-5-2. We're going to go for this game. Eddie Nketiah, you come on. Took off Gabriel Magalhães. Went to a 3-back and goes, let's go. That's
you're right. Most managers would have just said, you know what, the game's done. End it.
Yeah.
But like we played until the final minute. And Trossard, he had to be brave. He had to take that shot. And this is where I want to ask you guys about Trossard. Does this now mean we have to start Trossard? Because that was my initial feeling. But is it actually his role is better as a super sub? What do you guys think?
No, I don't think Trossard should be starting. I don't think even Havertz should be starting if we're doing a striker. Havertz played very well yesterday. I know Chelsea fans are very salty that they pulled out the statistics, but in the typical words of Jose Mourinho, people who don't understand football analyze it with stats. You didn't watch the game. You just looked at the stats, the sofa score, whatever you want to call it, because he did very well in terms of his off-the-ball running. He was adamant. He was brilliant in our press, and he did well at just holding the ball up and getting the ball to our wingers and making sure that we can get. He missed a few chances, and that's fair enough, but he did okay. And I'm not a big proponent of the Havertz 9 situation. I'm not a huge fan of it because, like I've said before, he struggles in contact, especially with big centre backs. So I'm more happy with him at 9 at being as like a left centre midfielder. But in terms of Trossard, I really do feel like it should be Eddie starting because of what we saw when he came on. If you think about it, if you look at where the space was, especially against City, the space was where Akanji came short. Saka came short and dragged Akanji with him because Akanji was high, and then Eddie could make that run in behind. And that's where we kept getting the space. There's a couple of really nice takedowns from Eddie. And if we can make that rotation work, especially against Forest, when that left side of their centre-back rotation isn't that exactly great, you could do that again very nicely. I would start Eddie with the same team basically against Forest. But that's
how would everyone else start their team? Because personally, for me, I'm not too particularly. I don't really care who starts between Trossard, Eddie Nketiah, or Havertz in that striker role, as long as we have the firepower and the strength in the midfield and in the defense. I'm still confident we're going to find a way to get a goal. Like,
if you want an argument, I'll go at the end. But if you want it now, I'll go now.
What's your team?
Right, I want ESR in that left centre mid. I'll play that. I only want one off Partey and Declan Rice against Forest. I want ESR in the left centre mid. I need a ball carrier. The thing is, against the bigger teams, I don't mind this midfield. But I'll be honest with you, for me, like me watching it, I could be completely wrong. I've not rewatched the game yet, but it was a bit too pragmatic against teams where we have to be creating more chances, and we've got to be burying these teams, be merciless. I'm talking 4-0, 5-0. We've got to be Man City level mentality against these teams. And
you're not playing Rice and Partey. That's your point.
Not both. Yeah, not both. I want ESR to play personally. Then what I do is I keep the front three. The only difference is, I agree, I'd probably play Nketiah just because we are going to get those in behind. But even then, regardless of who plays, I don't think it matters. For me, that midfield can't stay the same. Not against smaller teams.
I was going to say, Sam, you were kind of taken back when he said Emile Smith Rowe. What do you think?
No, I wasn't taken aback. I like the idea. I'm a Smith Rowe fan, and from what I'd seen, what I've seen from him in pre-season and in the game yesterday, I think he's just got the ability to do the Granit Xhaka role. He just hasn't had enough chance to really solidify the role enough. Havertz, I'm not going to lie to you, not a fan. Don't really want to see him on the pitch. However, we're going to see him on the pitch. So the whole Havertz false 9 thing, it didn't work at Chelsea. And I don't think it's going to work this time round, because what we've seen with Havertz and Jesus, the two of them, their link-up play is great. Hold-up play is great. They find positions, they find spaces, but their finishing is not up to scratch. Whereas with Nketiah, I think he's a better finisher than both of them. And with Nketiah, obviously, being our second striker, he's going to take that role. He's already done it from the last time Jesus was injured. I don't have any problem with Nketiah starting. I also don't have a problem with Trossard starting as well. In terms of current form right now, I'd take Trossard over Nelly right now. I'm not saying that he should start over Nelly, period. But right now, Trossard should be starting. He's done way more than enough even from last season, pre-season, and yesterday's game. He's done more than enough to prove that he should be starting games.
I'm just going to say, does it really matter if we go with Declan Rice and Partey versus Forrest, or do you guys want to see a more attacking midfield? That was his main point. Do you guys agree with that? Everyone here? Santi, what you said?
In my opinion, I've seen us, experiment different kind of midfield lineup in preseason, and I wasn't really impressed with most of them. The midfield I saw yesterday, I think I said it on a space. Mikel didn't come to that game yesterday, to control the game. He just came to win. He just came to win the best way he could. He gave City the ball. You can have the ball as much as possible. We're willing to, contain you. And Declan Rice and Partey really did an amazing job in making sure City were not able to, penetrate us like that. So going into the season, if we are playing against it like Nottingham Forest, I probably don't want to see a Declan Rice and Partey, double pivots going into those kind of games. I want to see a more attacking midfield, but I'm not so confident in ESR yet. I'm not so confident in him yet. He didn't really have a lot of game last season due to injuries, and he wasn't really impressive in my opinion. I mean, to his standard during the preseason. So throw him into the lineup like that, I really don't know, and I've not been a fan of Trossard, LCM as well. So I probably want to see Havertz in that position ahead of ESR at the moment. I mean,
smoke alarm needs a new battery.
There's something screechy, like a beeping noise.
It's not me.
Till ESR is able to fight his way back into the team. Yeah, that's my opinion about that.
Oh, by the way, there's news. Tierney was, I think I seen something just a couple seconds ago.
Yeah, Real Sociedad.
Real Sociedad are interested in Kieran Tierney on loan. We're going to turn that down.
Yes.
Bro, we suck at selling players. I don't know, man. Are we getting loan offers for Tierney? If that guy is leaving, we should be getting at least 35 to 40 million pounds.
He won't leave. They're asking him to come on loan.
Look at the source, though. I don't know. Do you guys trust him? Is he a reliable source?
Oh, he works for Reliable. Okay. No, he's okay. He's reliable.
It is what it is, man. I think if we've gone past the selling Kieran Tierney sort of role now. It's not something we're going to be doing. I don't think. I think there's way more. I mean, if we're talking about priority of players to sell, he's not exactly the most high priority sale, is there? We've got Balogun, exactly. Like, there's a lot to do.
Should we just send Rob Holding in his place and just say, here's Kieran Tierney, and just hope they don't know?
Take Holding. And literally, Holding must go. Before the season starts, I need him gone. I swear.
You know what? Just before we go any further, I'm just going to show you guys, based on the conversations that I've been having, I've been thinking that Timber is going to be starting at left back for the first game of the season. Does anyone disagree with that?
Definitely.
You know what? Yeah, Yuri and Timbers, I'm telling you now, bargain of the summer. Other than Gundogan, because he was free, this is the signing of the summer. This guy is incredible, man. He's so good.
I seen someone say they felt bad for Ajax. We should give them another 45 mil.
Nah.
Because they're like, yo, the guy is so good. And think about it. In today's market, he went 5 million less than a guy who just came back from injury in Lamptey. Like, the guy is amazing. And he helps us with our tactical flexibility. But you guys want to change this. So let's just play around with it. So there's two positions that need to be changed. The striker position and the midfield. Can we agree on this before we move on to the next topic? What are we doing for the first game? Are we playing Partey Rice or are we changing it?
I'm changing it. I've already said.
Everyone else,
I'm not changing it personally.
I'm not changing the midfield.
I'm keeping it.
What would you change it?
No, but I'll tell you the reason why we're not changing it, and I don't think we should. I think the main thing we've all talked about, I think, channels, whatever you want to talk about, is the ability for Declan Rice to adapt. We need to get him as many minutes as possible.
Facts.
Get him out on the pitch, make sure he's comfortable, because he's an amazing player already, but we need him to be, know exactly what his role is. So get him as many minutes.
Is that the same thing for Kai Havertz?
Yeah, same thing with Kai Havertz, but I think the main thing for Kai Havertz, as well as Declan Rice, I think is still carrying that calf problem. That's why he came off for 60 minutes. So I think maybe there's a need to.
Havertz will come on for Rice.
That's what I was literally about to say. I think that,
because Rice is not playing that striker role. I refuse it.
So who's going to play the striker role for the first game? Eddie and Nketiah, guys?
Eddie, and then you take off Rice and you take off Rice and Eddie and you put on Kai and Trossard.
I have a contrary opinion though.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. If Havertz is not starting up front, I'll probably have Trossard starting up. Trossard has done so much to deserve a starting spot. Every time he had to come on last season, preseason, yesterday as well, he always managed to give Mikel an headache. I call it a daring performance. He always dare Mikel like, I dare you to drop me. I dare you to drop me next game. So I feel like at this point, he sort of deserves a starting spot in some games. And
to be honest, he should have started for City. He should have started for City, but in the starting lineup, if we think like Arteta, I don't think.
I think why Havertz started up front yesterday was Mikel was trying to go long. I can count how many times we tried to play out of back yesterday. We were going long all game, and Havertz hold up play, and he was able to hold up the play with his back to goal. So I think that's why Mikel started him up front yesterday, in my opinion.
Yo, I don't know where William Saliba is valued at 60 million. He should be valued at 100 million, my guy. With his new contract, come on. These valuations are all wrong. If somebody came in for Saliba right now, he's priceless. But it would have to be over 100 million. If Gavardia is going for 90, and he has 1 year left or whatever, how many years he had left in his contract? Come on. But yeah, so is that the team we're going to go with, guys? Either Trossard or Eddie Nketiah, but the rest of the team the same.
I think Arteta goes with Eddie. I think he does not like Stein.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what I said before. Like, if you think like Arteta,
your thing doesn't want you to speak.
Did he cast again? I didn't even see it this time.
What?
I might have to leave, because he's going to keep going off properly.
I think the point about liking people is a bit redundant. It's about who's going to get the best, who's going to be the best 11 at the time. And I think we've got to get to this. We've got to get this idea of that we have people deserve to start, people deserve to do this. I don't think that's the case. There's no disrespect to anyone. It's just that we have a squad. Like I was doing this a couple of days ago on our channel. How do you fill out your bench right now? We have 9 players on the bench. Fill out the bench right now, and people miss out. This is the thing. People miss out. Like the likes of Vieira might miss out, or Emil might miss out. Tomiyasu, Reece, these guys might miss out. So to think about it as in this guy must deserve to start. There's people that's barely making the bench, and that's where we're at right now. So we're going to have to stop thinking of it as this guy's got to start. This guy's got to start. It's like, who is the best at this moment in time to get the best out of whatever situation we're in with regarding injuries or form or whatever. The question is now is we haven't got Jesus. How do we replicate his ability, his effect on the pitch? With me, it's Eddie plus Havertz at left centre mid, or Rice at left centre mid, or even Rice a bit deeper. There's so many different ways you can do it. But Trossard, I think the reason why he's so effective right now is that he's coming on, or even if he starts, he's in this position where he's given the ability to drop into build. He's got the ability to stretch the pitch. His ball retention and his ability just to keep the ball at his feet is really keeping him, at the next level in terms of what we're doing right now. So he's someone himself that's going to be pushing, and everyone's going to be pushing to start. So I think when you think about it in terms of, okay, this guy needs to start, this guy needs to start, it's more about this guy needs to start right now because this is the situation we've got in the squad. This is the opposition we're coming up against, or these injuries, etc. So as much as I value Leandro and how he did in preseason, he was amazing in preseason. I think that at this moment in time, I think we need to bed in a couple of players that I think need to, are going to be crucial in the next couple of months because we haven't got Jesus. well, not months, next couple of weeks. So
like Eddie and Nketiah.
for me, it's
People
Eddie.
don't like to hear
and
it, but it's the truth.
I just think that's the case.
Let's get into this now. David Raya is going to be coming in most likely, and Matt Turner has agreed a deal with Forest to be leaving for around 10 million plus add-ons potentially. And we don't know how much we're going to get David Raya for, but I think this is a massive improvement to the squad. Big up to Matt Turner. Obviously, he's done well in his time here, but just not really too similar to Ramsdale, and not somebody who could push Ramsdale in European games, I don't think. So now that we have David Raya, he's going to really push Ramsdale, and we can see the better of Ramsdale for this. I think Ramsdale's starting to get a little bit nervous, and he's playing a little bit shaky at times yesterday. But overall, this is only going to better our squad, and I think this deal is going to get done. It's getting closer and closer. We heard James Bench saying today, where is it, that the deal is very close at this moment in time, and David Raya from Brentford, according to our sources, are close in negotiation. Arsenal's opening offer may have been turned down, but the parties are to agree a deal. So there will be enough time for us to agree a deal before the window closes, and I do believe he's going to be an Arsenal player very soon. But yeah, how do you guys feel about Raya? I'm quite excited about the signing. This is somebody who can push Ramsdale to become a better player, and potentially could even take the spot if Ramsdale starts to slip up. I want to know what you guys think from any perspective on Raya, or just improvement on Ramsdale perspective also.
No, I don't think it's a case of improvement on Ramsdale. It's the fact that over 60 games, no matter what keeper we have, we'll be able to maintain the same dynamics in terms of our possession. I think that's the main thing for me. I think that both will push each other. I think people could go on about it's not sustainable. If it's not sustainable for 2 years and someone leaves, we've still got 2 years of good production now at our goalkeeping position. That's the main thing right now. So that's how I look at it.
Okay, yeah. I think, in my opinion, what Mikel is trying to do next season, I've been trying to connect the dots. I might be wrong, but seeing what we did yesterday, I think Havertz was signed to be a striker, in my opinion, because, like I said earlier, I saw Ramsdale trying to go long, and it wasn't really good with it. He needs to. I said it's my player routines. He needs to improve his long balls. And if there's one thing I noticed about this Raya guy, he's really, really, really good with long balls. I saw a lot of his comms, and his long balls is always there. So I think it's a matter of tactical flexibility. If you want to, play out of the back, you start Ramsdale. If you want to go long in some games, you probably go with Raya, in my opinion. So it's good to see competitions across the squad. Nobody should, really be comfortable with playing week in, week out, regardless of what performances they are dropping. So Ramsdale got quite comfortable last season because he really didn't have that competition there. Turner wasn't good enough, in my opinion, to, push him to the edge. So now a proper competition is coming in for him, and it's a win-win for the club, for Ramsdale as well, and for the fans. So
there you go. Anybody else have anything else to say on this? Because I feel like we could spend the next 4 days on Raya.
But you know what it is though? For me, it's a statement signing to say, do you know what? We're going for all competitions. We're not going to back out. There is no. I'd never understood. I still don't understand what this phrase means, but bigger fish to fry, whatever the hell that means. Like, I really don't know what that means still. Someone can explain it to me. But this goes to show, right, we're wanting to make 2-11 teams that are going to go out there and just wipe up every single competition.
Wow.
And that's how I feel about it. We're going to get the quadruple done. Simple.
Fair enough. Can we talk about Balogun and his cryptic tweets, because they're annoying the life out of me? Like,
you need to stop. I mean, people need to stop with it. It's just I think people have forgotten how things have happened the last 6 months. 6 months ago, this was Mudryk and everyone was getting gassed. I think this is just a kid who just wants to take control of his career. I don't really care. I don't think anyone should really care. If he wants to move, if you're not committed to the cause, then you need to go. It's that simple. I don't have anything against the kid. I think that he's just trying to get a move, and that's fair enough. But the fact is if teams aren't willing to pay, then he's not going to leave. It's that simple. Pay the money and you get your player. Otherwise, you're not getting the player. It's that simple. And if teams if you're willing to get teams to pay that, then we'll let you go. Otherwise, you'll stay and you'll rot. It's fine. No one's
45 million
gonna.
is realistically not that much in today's market.
We should be getting.
Especially for a striker.
Yeah, we should be getting
That's
at least
pennies.
45, 50 million. If you look at the
You
one I always go to is Lewis Openda. Lewis Openda went to RB Leipzig, and he went for around 45 million. Why can't we expect the same for a guy that
Exactly.
outperformed Lewis Openda in the same
Facts.
league? So
let's try to put this into a perspective. Let's assume we are going into to League One to get a striker that just finished a season competing with Mbappe, Neymar, Messi for the golden boot, scored 21 league goals. Would they be accepting 30 million, 35 million bids from us?
No. They
Yeah,
would be
so
expecting a lot more.
Balogun going on social media posting his transfer value first day of the transfer window, if I'm right, without even stepping the foot into the training camp yet. You haven't even met the manager, know what he has in store for you. Yeah, you're all over social media posting your transfer value. I'm not really buying into the antics. A lot of people are trying to, stay positive and try to dismiss it, like, don't read much into it, this and that. And like he said earlier, Modric was doing this same thing 6 months ago, and we all know what it means. So if you don't want to be here, there's no point trying to, in my opinion, you should be giving interviews about how you want to fight for your place in the team, not about how you want to leave the team. So people have been saying Mikel has been treating him unfairly. I just see him as, I don't like his mentality. I really don't like it. If anybody has been treated unfairly by Mikel in the past, probably Saliba, Nketiah, but they still stay true to the cause, stay committed to the club, and Saliba especially is reaping the reward. So if you don't want to be here, if you don't want to stay and fight for your place, you are literally a Balogun, which means warlord. If you're scared of an Nketiah and a Zeus competition, then you shouldn't be here in the first place. So,
you know what it is,
Sam, do you
though?
have anything to add on that?
No, like I spoke about Balogun the other day in another stream as well. And I think that, as it's been mentioned, Arsenal clearly have a valuation for you. And if a team doesn't meet it, then we're going to reject it. And we have a history of not making good sales. So I think there's obviously been a change in the system now where we're not going to back down and just sell a player because we need to get rid. We're going to sell you because we know that the valuation that we've got from Inter Milan or Monaco is worth it. But I think with Balogun, he's a kid. He's just doing stupid stuff right now. And I was one of those people that was an advocate for him. I genuinely thought that he was going to be a part of Arteta's plans. I think he was, but with, I don't know whether his mentality is just broken down or agents are just getting into his head. But I think he had the ability to take on Nketiah. I think if he really tried and made the effort that, he could make. I get it. You banged 20 goals in France. Great. Can you do the same here? Show me. I don't know. So we'll see. I think he does go, but he won't go until we hit a good value for him.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna shift the gears now to the next topic because I feel like this is good. This might take a little bit longer to finish. So if you guys want to be part of it in the chat, get involved, and also make sure you like the video. We have over 130 of you guys in the video right now. Make sure you like the video. We only have like 50 likes. What is this conversion rate? Come on, guys. Fix up, right? Let's get this going. And yeah, big up to everyone in the comment section. I seen Cancelo Ramos went to PSG. We were never going to sign him, so I don't know why you guys are upset. Like PSG can sign the player.
We ever linked to him?
Yeah, like people keep saying we need a striker. We need a striker. Should we even spend us time talking about this? Because we're not going to sign a striker this transfer window. It's like it reminds me of the summer when we signed Pepe. Everyone was like, "Oh, we need to sign another center back." I'm like, "We're not going to sign another center back.
We're not going to get a striker. The striker market is saturated."
Yeah.
unless you take a developmental player and get him involved in the first.
Even
team,
him, he's going to cost you Rasmus Højlund money.
Exactly. There's no point, and we have attackers that score goals. I don't think goals are our issue right now. I mean, next season we can obviously pay big money for a striker that's obviously putting the numbers in, but right now we don't need one. I think our main issue is right wing.
Also, does anybody believe Kudus will not end up at Brighton after what we've seen today?
Don't really,
think-
honestly,
I just think he's doing what any player does. He's taking his time
Yeah.
with his decision.
It's nothing to do with us. Genuinely, I think people have believed the Twitter hype around Kudus. I don't think there was anything in it
You
for a
don't like
while
him?
now. It's not that I don't like him. I just don't really know where I think for me it was always Havertz or Kudus for me. I think there was always, if it was going to be one like attacker-ish signing, it was going to be one of the two. I don't think you could get both. It doesn't make any sense. You'd have to sell both Eddie and Balogun. And I don't think Eddie's leaving, so it doesn't make much sense. So I just think that the main thing is probably going to be Brighton. If not Brighton, then Chelsea will get him because they need it. Because Nkunku's gone down now, so it is something they might do.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's get into the predictions for the Arsenal season, because this was supposed to be the last part of the show. So everyone in the comment section, get involved. If you're watching this on the playback or you're watching this live right now, I want your predictions for where you think or how Arsenal is going to do in the league, in the Champions League, of course, and of course, player of the season, highest goal scorer, and who do you think is going to be the signing of the season? Now, if you have highest goal scorer and player of the season as the same person, you can do that. It's completely up to you. But let's get into it, guys. What are you guys thinking? First, let's start with the league. Where do you think? How do you think Arsenal is going to do in the Premier League this season?
Have to get top 4 minimum.
I'm talking about league title.
One.
Like, I'm not talking about minimums.
No, we're winning it. Like, I'm not going to start shy away. We are winning this league. It's.
Did you
winning.
actually just say top 4? No, wait, hold up. Yeah, Corin, wait. Did you just say top 4?
Yes, I said what I said. This
my
team,
God.
I'm telling you guys, listen, you know what Arsenal do to us? Hope is what kills us, yeah? And I know that we were in a title race last season, and it was great to see that the team had this in them. But I think other teams have also strengthened in positions that they're also been lacking in, and they were also lacking in last season. And I want to make sure that we don't topple.
You know what,
So
Sam?
Liverpool have got a 30 midfield now. They could be back as well.
Sam,
Chelsea
you know
could
what I
be
need
back.
you
They
to
have no
do?
defense.
I need you to have that same energy and reply to this tweet with top 4 and see what happens. People will go crazy. You can't be doing. I think bare minimum. I get you, but I think my bare minimum.
Yeah, I said
is
top
second.
4 minimum. Don't shoot me.
I think second place minimum. I think if we finish third, it's a disappointment.
Mm.
That's me, at least. I don't know. What you guys saying?
I think we win this league. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say, outrightly that we're going to win the league if Pep is still around in this country.
Pep is around, yes.
Yeah.
Pep is still local. What league are we winning?
That guy.
This one.
That guy is a psychopath. But one thing I'm sure of is we're going to compete, and we are going to be serious problems. So we're going to cause serious problems rather. So for me, a top 2 finish, like a girl said, third place finish will be a disappointment. A top 2, because I saw a United fan made his predictions, and he put us third place behind United, and I was really, really disappointed. So it's a top 2 finish and a trophy. That's the minimum expectation for me from the team next year.
That's the bare minimum. Yeah, I agree.
Are we doing bare minimum or what we're actually predicting?
No, actual predictions. Forget about bare minimum.
Okay. Yeah. That's my predictions. Yeah.
I know you, bro. You're gonna probably say we're gonna win the league tomorrow.
Wait till December. Let the winter rush finish. Then we'll talk about league.
Right,
but anyway, I say we finish top 3.
Maybe the league position prediction is difficult because all of us here want us to win the league, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Look, the student becomes the master. Lord Boldy, right, is going to get defeated, and it's going to be Arsenal to defeat him. Listen, the guy that every empire comes down, and this is the end of his empire. He has given too much knowledge to Arteta. This isn't even Arteta's bold era. This is Arteta with hair. Do you know how powerful he's going to become when he becomes bold? Family.
He's
This
dying
is going
that
to be
hair.
fun.
Right. I mean,
It's going to be fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're winning the league. I'm telling you now, book your holidays, get your annual leaves in, because that parade is going to be big. Get ready, because there's going to be a parade for the Premier League.
I'm not all that, but look, I'll tell you right. There's realism behind this. It's not just we're going to 100% win the league. Look, Pep has just won a treble. He's losing players. He hasn't really replaced Gundogan properly. There's going to be issues going into this season. So I just think that there is an opportunity there. I've said for 3 years that we'll win the title in 2024. I'm not backing down now. This has been what I've literally said for I think since July 2021. So it'll be 3 years when this happens. I always said that we'd finish top 4 the season. We almost did it. I then said we'd challenge for the league, and then injuries would ruin us the last season. And now I still think we're going to win this league. I just think with the additions, with the squad we have, I think we've plugged major issues. We beat ourselves. We beat ourselves. It wasn't just Pep was just raised level. That was it. We beat ourselves as well. We lost Saliba. We didn't have a replacement for him. We have now got to go forward and go into this next season believing in ourselves. And that's what we started with. That was the importance yesterday, to foster that belief. And so, yeah, I think, pull up the rest of that tweet. It was Premier League prediction, Champions League prediction. I think Champions League quarterfinal minimum, maybe semis, depending on the draw. Player of the season, I've got Saka, highest goal scorer. I'll probably say Martinelli, and then signing of the season will be Timber. I think
you know what, signing of the season, I think we all agree it's good. I think Timber's going to be signing of the season.
The only reason I wouldn't say Rice is just the price. I think the actual impact that Rice has will be more apparent the season afterwards, because then we're not gonna have Partey most likely, and then we'll really see him just sort of take over and become his team. But this season, I just think Timber, the price is still fresh in everyone's heads. I think everyone's gonna think, okay, it's Timber's the signing of the season.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we all agree on signing of the season, right?
Yeah. Rice is going to be a longevity thing. It's going to be that
any
money
shots
going
for
to
Kai
count.
Havertz or Raya?
Kai.
Well, Raya's not done yet, innit?
No, I don't think it'll be Raya. No, Raya's not gonna.
I would say Kai will surprise a lot of people.
Kai will surprise a lot of people, but I don't.
I'm
think
giving him 3 games, guys. I'm giving him 3
Bro,
games.
3 games.
3. I swear to you.
That's ruthless.
Come on.
No, I have, guys. I'm telling you, what I've seen is
we have to get out of this mentality, man. We have to get out of this mentality.
But I will back him because he plays for my team now.
Right.
But
it's not even about backing him. It's just like we don't even know what his actual position is yet. We've still got people arguing he's going to be a 9 left-hand centre mid. Like, let's see what he's going to do first. You know what I mean?
But why buy him if Arteta doesn't know what position
he does know? What he does know. In the entire preseason, he played left centre mid. He played at 9 because there was a job because Jesus was out. I think his main position is left centre midfield. He can play as a 9 if need be. It's quite clear. If it was a case where he was going to be a 9, he'd be in preseason as a 9. He has not played as a 9 in preseason. He played left centre mid because they wanted to get him to learn the rotations. It's that simple. So I think that the whole 9 debate is a bit much because he had to do a job there. It wasn't like he was, on.
But there was someone that could have done that job. That's why I'm confused.
Because of the height as well. Height against those centre backs is the main thing.
Santi, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of people saying Havertz, Mikel probably didn't know how he wants to use him and everything, but I don't think Mikel will go out there, spend drop 65 million on Havertz and not have a plan for him. If we were looking at our other signings this summer and some of the signings we made recently, we seem to be targeting a lot of players that are versatile, that can play in a number of positions. Declan Rice, we saw him at LCM yesterday. He can play as a lone six himself. Jadon back can play across the back four. I didn't even know he could play left back before we signed him. I thought he only played play on the right hand side.
Is that Timber?
Yeah. I thought he only play right back and right
back, centre back. Yeah, he's all over.
Yeah, you saw him at left back doing what he's doing, and you wonder how good he is. So I think it's the same case with Havertz. He can play up top as a false nine, and he can play from midfield because that's where he played from his Leverkusen days. I just think Havertz is a victim of that Chelsea team, in my opinion. So it probably won't, kick on as soon as possible, but on the long run, I think it'll come good.
Okay, let's I don't know why he's on you like that. My man's just challenging everything. But let's get into the second part of the prediction. So there's player of the season and highest scorer. What do you guys think about that? Who do you think I think Martinelli could be our highest scorer, but our player of the season could still be either Martin Odegaard or Saka.
I think
I said it before. Player of the season, Saka, and the highest goal scorer, Martinelli.
I think Martinelli's goals, he might be close to 20 this season, like 18 maybe.
No, he'll have 20.
He needs to beat Firmino's record.
That's just in the league. He's definitely going to beat Firmino. He's going to be the highest goal scorer in Brazilian in Premier League history.
Yeah, defo.
What you guys saying? Well, who's your highest goal scorer?
I say Nelly as well.
Yeah, I'm going with Nelly as well.
Souls?
Highest goal scorer? Yeah, Martinelli.
I feel like they're all easy picks. It's not too difficult.
No.
We know what we get. We know what we've got with this team. I think we know the quality that we've seen, and we know what they can bring. It's not hard for us to figure out, like, player of the season. I think most people would have said Saka, but I think Saliba is going to be sensational this season.
So you think Saliba is going to be player of the season? You know what? That makes sense. If we win the league, our defense has to be really good. So it would make sense if it's a defender.
I wouldn't be surprised if Saliba gets it.
Could Saliba be a Ballon d'Or candidate?
Could be.
I don't know. We're talking too much now. We're going too far ahead of ourselves. What's everyone's player of the season? For me, it's going to be, if I had to pick one, I would say Bukayo Saka gets double-digit assists, double-digit goals, and he would be player of my season for me.
That's good. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it is Saka. Like, that's our golden boy, franchise player. He's gonna be everywhere representing this team. But I think Saliba will be a surprise.
There you go. And what about you guys? Anybody else?
I'll go with Odegaard.
Odegaard.
Yeah.
Fair. What about you, Souls?
You know what? Yeah, I just want to be different in it. I don't even care now. I'm gonna say Jurrien Timbers.
Jurrien Timbers, player of the season.
First?
I don't remember the last time.
You know why? Yeah, because I feel like the reason why Saka will get it is because of his reputation. I think if we're going to give it to Odegaard, it'll be because of reputation. But I think genuine impact and the way that he's going to be, I think Timbers is going to have such a crucial role to play, especially with the likes of the PTSD with Zinchenko's defensive work. I think Timbers is going to be so much more important. Yeah.
If there was an outside shout, I would have gone with Saliba personally. I think in terms of the defense, he's the leader of that defense. But for me, it's going to be Bukayo Saka just because of his ability. It's just that clear. I don't think we have to say much more about Bukayo. It's every time he graces the field, it's just like he's just a superstar. It's that simple.
And finally, I'm going to put everyone on the hot seat. There's 3 more opportunities to play at Wembley this season. Champions League final, FA Cup final, and of course, League Cup final and semi-finals for the FA Cup. Do you think we'll be back at Wembley again this season?
100%.
100%. Yeah.
We'll be back.
I think we'll be back twice.
We can defeat Wembley easy. That's our spot.
Wait, is Champions League in Wembley, did you say?
Yeah, it's at Wembley this year.
Oh, do not let us get to that final. That Champions League's done. If we get to the final, we win it. Easy.
If we get a CL next year, I'm losing my head.
Bring PSG, bring whoever you want. Yeah, if we get to the final, we win. No, we win. I don't even care. I'll say it now.
I'm not
if
gonna
we
lie
get
to
to
you
that
guys.
final, we win.
Last year, I think who hosted it? Allianz? Was it Allianz?
Yeah, I don't care.
It
I'm
was
thinking
Istanbul.
Europa League is our-
Istanbul.
Was
yeah.
it
Istanbul,
Istanbul?
right?
It's in Turkey.
Yeah,
Everyone was
Istanbul.
I think next year is Allianz. Everyone was always saying, get back into the Champions League, we win it the following year. This year that we're in the Champions League, do you guys think we have an opportunity to actually win it? Because you have to be in it to win it. But it's like we haven't been in it for so long. Is it
depends
possible
on
to
the
actually
draw,
have
man.
aspirations to win it
Depends
this
on the
season?
draw.
If
Obviously-
we win our group, anything's possible. Let's put it that
Mm.
way. You win your group, you get in a position where you're in line for a better draw in the first knockout round, and then from then on, it's just we had an Inter versus AC Milan semi-final last year. Like, that's
Honestly.
not like genuinely like it's not. It's about who you get basically, and if we
Yeah, it's a
can
pick
win
of-
that
it's a pick of
group,
the
that's
draw.
the main thing.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We kind of covered everything there. So yeah, everyone basically said the game was not a friendly. It was a big mentality win for us versus Man City. We've already done the predicted lineup. If you guys haven't already seen it, I'm gonna put it on the screen again one more time. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you guys one more time. Where is it? Here it is. That was the lineup they were going for the first game against Nottingham Forest. And of course, when it comes to the actual predictions, you guys can reply to the tweet that I posted on Twitter. That would really help me out. And yeah, that's it. So give us your predictions, guys, in the comment section. If you're watching live or you're watching on the playback, give us your predictions for where do you think we're going to finish in the Premier League, how we're going to do in the Champions League, who your player of the season is, who your highest goal scorer is, and who your signing of the season is. For now, I bid you guys adieu. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully we get David Raya through the line soon. Hopefully Balogun gets sold very soon. And I don't know why people are talking about Balogun like he's the second coming of R9. I know, Santi, you posted that. That is very true.
The hype is crazy.
Bro, I think it's just because people don't like Eddie. So they have to.
You know what's annoying? Yeah. Arteta afters, like I call them over the years, they have an habit of picking players that fell out of favor with Arteta as their favorites. Do you understand? And we had people hating on Arteta because he was sending Saliba on loan, because he froze Guendouzi out of the team, and it's really sad that the next set of Arteta outers we're going to have in this fan base are going to be Balogun fans. I mean, if you are hating on him because of players like Ozil, Aubameyang, Saliba, I will get it. But hating on him because of Guendouzi, Balogun, it's embarrassing.
Somewhat irrelevant players to be in the grand scheme of Arsenal.
Exactly my point.
No offense to them, but yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Guys, do me a favor, go check out Kieran. He's gonna go live right now on his channel at 9 o'clock. Gunnar Souls, thank you for coming on. Sam, thank you for coming on. Santi, thank you for making your debut. Big up to you. Oh, just one question for Santi. Kieran, you can go if you have to go.
No, it's okay.
Big up to you, bro. And Santi, we always ask the person who comes on for the first time, how did they become an Arsenal fan? So let us know. Everyone here has been asked that once, at least on the channel.
Yeah. It was the 2002 World Cup, and my dad's favorite player in that tournament was Henry. Kept on going on about him, Henry and R9. And I think immediately after the tournament, I was just reading newspaper. I grew up in Nigeria, so I didn't have access to satellite TV as at that time. Do you understand? So I wasn't really watching club football. It was always the World Cup and all those tournaments. And I was reading the paper one of these days, and I saw Arsene Wenger, a manager of Arsenal, and I felt like Arsene Arsenal, and I thought it was the owner of the club. That was the first time I ever came across Arsenal, and ever since then, I sort of started following through the papers, and Henry became my favorite player from that tournament as well. And at some point, Henry left for Barcelona in 2007. I was so obsessed with him. I nearly followed him to Barcelona. I actually followed him to Barcelona for like 2 weeks. I started supporting Barcelona for 2 weeks, and I wasn't just really feeling the connection, and I just found myself watching Arsenal games back, and ever since then I never went back.
Nice. And I just seen this. Marquinhos is going to Nantes on loan. Interesting. With a buyback clause. What an option to buy.
12 million.
Yeah, what that means is
Buyback
basically
clause,
they can
yeah.
buy him for 12 million euros, and we can buy him back for 22 million if we choose to exercise it.
That's
Yeah.
not a bad
If
thing.
if it works out, it works out. In France, you can definitely see a player doing better than they would be in the Premier League. Much more opportunity to score goals.
Yeah, that's true. It's not a
And
bad deal.
they trust youngsters more. I feel like coaches are less inclined to trust youngsters in the Premier League, where there's more money at stake and more jobs at stake. Where in the French league, it just kind of seems like it's a more nurturing environment for youngsters. And he's not that young. He's like 23 now. He's almost getting to the age where middle of his career. So yeah.
Hopefully the loan works out for him.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else to talk about today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Big up to the panel for jumping on. Go check out Curran's stream. He's literally about to go live right now. And we're out of here, people. You guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. And yeah, man, Guendouzi, Martinez are gone, man. Forget about them. We're out of here.